want to get a pen right now.
Jennifer,
Who else do we have lined up to speak who's shown up? I just want to make sure we don't forget. Scott Sims is here?
I don't think there's anybody from the town.
He's right here?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Barker, was it?
Yeah,
Nancy Barker? No town councillors?
No, they're not in town.
Yeah.
It was really short notice.
Yeah, it was the last minute.
I'm pretty sure everything we do is short notice lately.
Yes.
It's like days.
Is there anyone else that would like to be added to the speaking agenda to either speak on behalf of their organization or anything like that?
Anybody else would like to have something to say?
Is Candace here? Oh, yeah. She was supposed to speak. Sandra was supposed to speak, but she said she couldn't come.
Whoa.
I guess you want to officially launch the event and we'll go from there.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Erica Stride, Chairperson for Status of Women Central. On behalf of our Board of Directors, I welcome you all to our center. The vision of our Women's Center is equality for all. We seek to empower all women to enrich communities through advocacy, inclusion, education, and partnerships. So we are happy to celebrate Pride Week and host today's flag waving ceremony together with all of you. We bring regrets from the Honorable Susan Sullivan. She would have loved to have been here today, but she's in St. John's for committee meetings. We welcome our Liberal MP for Bonavista Gander, Grand Falls Windsor, Scot. We would also like to welcome transgender, transsexual advocate Jennifer McCreath to our guest speaker today. We thank you so much for coming.
Oh, I got you letting go. Sorry.
Wow, thanks everyone for coming out. It's a beautiful day. Just finished up in Gander and there was a much smaller crowd, so congratulations to Grand Falls Windsor. You absolutely kicked Gander's ass. But ultimately it doesn't necessarily matter the number, it's the quality of the people that come out, and it's the messages that are, I guess, shared and eventually spread here. We're grassroots, we're starting from the bottom and building foundations here. I'm a trans person. I moved to St. John's 7 years ago and I appear to be the only trans person there. So I was literally building a house from scratch, and lo and behold, I now have a touring team of trans people with me. Meet Rebecca and Jake. Thank you for coming out and being a part of this. Evolve in the big city, St. John's, especially in the past 5 years when I incorporated it into a nonprofit. There's some challenges. The gay and the trans, we don't always get along, so I had to step aside and take a bit of a break, but it seemed to be for the better, and St. John's Pride is now that it's rivalry with other big cities, Ottawa, Halifax, Calgary. We're right up there in terms of the quality of events and the message and the interest and the support from the community. It's great to see community organizations such as the Women's Center here. I know it can be challenging in the smaller towns. What are people going to think of us if we host LGBT events? And I'm glad people are willing to do that. I'll talk to you a little more a bit later. Let's get some of our other speakers. I guess we'll start with Scott Sims.
like when you started with quantity. It's quality, not quantity. From a guy's 5'4", that matters. This is my first event here for LGBT, and I just want to say thank you. And I want to say that this is all about enshrined within our Charter of Rights and Freedoms, and it's incumbent upon us to make sure that that charter is exercised. It should be, which is equality for all. It's been a contentious issue, to say the least, both federally and provincially. But again, we go back to what is about equality. And I stand before you humble, because yes, this is my first one here. Definitely not be my last one. And I definitely want to say to all of you, young and old, that being here today is a tremendous step for all of us, me included. And I thank you so much, from the bottom of my heart, for having me and allowing me to speak. Finally, Jennifer, thank you so much. You have been an incredibly strong advocate for your community, all communities, and for equality. So on behalf, since I'm the only politician here, I can say on behalf of all formal town council, province, federal government, welcome to Grand Falls Windsor, and welcome to Central Newfoundland. Thank you very much, everyone, for having me. I'm honored to be here. And thanks for listening. My outfit.
Make a $5 donation. On that note, I think it's really exciting as a trans person that last year our provincial government gave us trans human rights in our human rights code, many years after giving sexual orientation the pass. And we had a bill tabled. All three political parties supported it. We're no longer political pawns as trans people. Conservatives, Liberals, and NDP all agree we're humans and deserve human rights. So I want to thank all political parties for that. One of the, I guess, the cornerstones of the LGBT community is the support groups out there, and one that's been around a long time. Initially started out as an organization for parents and friends of LGBT people, and it's evolved to an international organization that does so many great things for all. And I'd like to call out Nancy Barker from Pflag Canada's chapter here locally in Grand Falls Windsor. I'm so glad that there's a Pflag chapter here, and let's say thank you. Great to see you again.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. I just want to thank the Scot Women's Central for hosting the event, and Jennifer for making a personal invitation by your lovely conversation that we had on the phone last week. Pflag Canada began meetings in the late 70s in Toronto, and then in 2003 it was formally created as an organization which would act as a clearinghouse for information and peer counseling and public education. And the mission of Pflag Canada is to be a national voice that speaks for a more acceptable change in society by providing support, education, and resources on issues of sexual orientation and gender identity. Through Pflag Canada chapter and contact network, we actively assist in the recognition and growth of gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, transsexual, two-spirited, intersex, queer, and questioning persons and their families and friends within their diverse cultures and society. I formally registered with Pflag Canada just in the fall of 2013, and I'm registered as a contact right now, which means I primarily serve as a telephone support. My contact information is available on the national website, and my goal is to establish a fully active chapter here within the community. So anyone who's wishing to get involved, you can find my information on the national website. Not to be confused, there's Nancy Jeans on the website. That is me, but I go by Barker. And please pass on the information to anyone else who might be in need. And thank you very much.
Has anyone shown up since we started who's supposed to speak? Last chance. Anyone else want to speak, or we'll move on to my, I guess, formal keynote?
Can I just ask one thing?
Absolutely.
Does anybody have problems?
pride events, and we had some flag raisings yesterday in the big city St. John's, as well as a small town called Middle Cove, raising the trans flag there for the first time. And it's a lot of fun to be, I guess, working together, understanding each other. Unfortunately, the trans community is still fighting a lot of battles. I guess I'll quickly get into some of those challenges. The human rights is only the first step. The next step has to be the healthcare situation. We've got policies here in Newfoundland that are 30 years out of date. They still consider us mentally ill. They want to ship us to Toronto for assessments when there's doctors right here at home. Right here in Grand Falls Windsor that can take care of trans people. It's not rocket science, as people may seem to think it is. And it's still a challenge to get identification documents amended. It's tough to live your life when you don't have ID documents to match who you are. Your privacy is invaded every time you go to the store, the liquor store, the airport. People are ID'd almost every day. And it's important that we push whichever government is in power to remember that the human rights gesture is just a first step, and there's still a lot more work to go. And we want to make sure that we engage them and work together with them. That includes, I guess, community organizations, individuals, people from all different political affiliations and backgrounds. Let's have a little fun. People often ask, why do I have plungers? And I've got two colors of the trans flag, blue and pink, and we still have to put up with a lot of crap, so you've got to have plungers.
She does.
Some people, as you mentioned earlier, sent their regrets. I've heard from politicians such as Susan Sullivan, Stephen Kent, wishing they could have been here, but sends their well wishes. Town council, I guess it was just bad timing with, obviously it was a very busy week here last week, and the LGBT band is having the best. What do you think, folks? It's going to be tough to raise a flag without a flag pole, but I guess we can do some sort of a flag waving type of thing. We do have poles that aren't attachable. We got a trans flag and a rainbow flag. How about we get some young volunteers to come up and help us raise some flags? Do we have anyone waving them? There's one. There's another one.
Oh my God, you're so
All right. How are we going to do this? How about we come right into the middle here? How we get a rep from the Women's Center? Yeah, oh, we've got a twang emojis. This is my first time for disorganized. So I guess what we'll do, we'll get a couple people to, basically we're going to grab the flags. I guess we'll slowly untwist them. Do you folks want to grab that one? You folks help with this one. Sort of unravel it first. Rebecca, you're going to take pictures.
just throwing shit around.
And we'll just sort of gently, slowly raise them up, and it's nice and windy, so they're going to be blowing all over. Hold them high, and let's give everyone a round of applause for coming out and being part of this. Now it is Falls Pride Week, so you're going to have to stay in there for 7 days, but we'll bring you some food. Anyone else want to get in on some pictures?
Anybody else want to come and hold a flag, get some pictures going?
Pictures, flags.
Take a picture.
Sure.
What do you mean, no? You're shaking your head every night.
Somebody else is getting it?
This is Plumbing Pride Incorporated.
Hi guys, everybody look forward.
Oh dear Lord.
I haven't worked on my singing voice much yet.
All right. I guess that concludes the formal thing. We got food inside and coffee, and we're gonna have a mingling session. We can meet and greet and chat and ask any questions you want of my team. They're open books. Maybe you want to learn about being trans or being a bit mentally ill. Give or take. Thank you to the Women's Center. Thank you to my team for putting up with me all day. Thank you to everyone for coming out. It's great to see such a huge turnout. Never thought there'd be this many people.